Hi, and welcome back to YogaLion. I'm Caroline, and in today's practice, I prepared for you a Vinyasa flow using a bolster as a prop. So if you don't have a bolster, which is a firm cushion used specifically for yoga, you can make a couple substitutes with some firm pillows or even taking some large towels, rolling them up tight, and maybe even putting them inside a pillowcase so it doesn't come out loose. If you have a bolster, then that's perfect, but if you have something else, then you can make do with that as well. So today's vinyasa is supported by the bolster. We're going to stay pretty low to the ground, and this practice will be entirely foot friendly, so we're not going to be standing up at all. Other than that, whenever you're ready, grab something comfortable to wear and come meet me on the mat. We'll begin by coming into a comfortable seat on your bolster. Go ahead and rotate it so that it's parallel with the long edge of your mat. Come down to sit and cross your legs, or bring them wherever feels good right now. Send your shoulders back over your hips and allow your hands to rest wherever feels comfortable. Find a full deep breath here, in and out. On your next inhale, sweep your arms out wide and up overhead. Bring your palms together, and as you exhale, pull your hands down to the center of your chest. Twice more. Inhale, reach out, look up for a slight back bend, and exhale, pull hands down to your center. And then once more, sweep out and reach up as tall as you can. Exhaling, bringing your hands down. We'll add on a twist. Inhale to reach out and up overhead. And as you exhale, pull your hands down, twist to the left. Drop your left hand down to the ground behind you. Open your chest and reach your right arm up overhead. Take a full breath in and out. And on your next inhale, reach up and return to your starting point. Inhale, circle your arms up, pull your palms down as you twist to the right. Drop your right hand down to the ground behind you and reach your left arm up overhead to open through your chest. One more full breath in and out. And as you inhale again, bring your hands back to your center, returning to your starting point. Bring the soles of your feet together for butterfly legs, sending your knees out a little bit wider. And we'll take some cat and cow movement here. Rest your hands on your knees, and on your inhale, lift your chest up toward the ceiling. And then exhale, hollow through your belly and round back. 3 more. Inhale, peel your chest up, gaze up, and exhale, hollow and round back. Move with your breath. Inhale to scoop and look up, and exhale, round and tuck your chin. Last full breath. In and out. And on your inhale, return to a neutral spine. Roll your shoulders and drop them back down. Bring your knees together and we'll rotate the bolster so that it's parallel with the short edge of the mat. And come to sit down on it, preparing for a tabletop pose. Plant your feet down about hip distance apart and bring your hands below your shoulders. Fingertips point toward your feet. We'll begin by inhaling, lift your chest up toward the ceiling, exhaling back to your starting position, similar to our cat and cow. Twice more. Inhale, lift through your chest, look up at the ceiling, and exhale, return to starting position. Last one, find a gentle back bend here, look up at the ceiling, and you can stay here, seated, or lift your hips up off the bolster. Take a full breath in and out. And one more inhale. And on your exhale, gently lower your hips back down. We'll move to a tabletop position. So coming up off your bolster, keeping your bolster as it is, bring your knees onto it, tuck your toes under, and send your wrists underneath your shoulders. Take a couple more rounds of cat and cow here. Moving with your breath. Inhales, drop your belly, look up at the ceiling. Exhales, tuck your tailbone, round through your back, look down toward your knees. Take another inhale to look up. Exhale to round under. And then find a neutral spine here, and we'll make our way to a downward facing dog. Go ahead and rotate your bolster with one hand so that it's parallel again to the long edge of your mat. Plant your hands, plant your feet. If it's comfortable for you, maybe even allow your forehead to rest on your bolster. Press into all 10 fingers. Press into all 10 toes. On an inhale, lift up your heels, shift your weight forward into a high plank, and then lower your body down onto your bolster. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders, and then peel your chest up for a supported up dog with straight arms. Exhale, press into the ground, lift your hips up and back to your downward facing dog. We'll take that once more. When you're ready, inhale, lift your heels up, shift your weight forward into plank, lower down onto your bolster, supported chaturanga. Press into your hands and lift your chest for your supported up dog. Press into your hands as you exhale, lift your hips up and back, straighten out your knees, or keep a gentle bend there. Breathe in and out. On your next exhale, bring your right knee down to your bolster and step your left foot forward. Reach your arms up for a low lunge. Sink into your hips. Can bend gently through your back by looking up toward your hands or keep your gaze forward. Take one more breath in. And on your exhale, plant your hands down, step both feet back, and take your chaturanga. Lie down on your bolster. Inhale for your supported up dog, and exhale to down dog. And take the other side. Bring your left knee down to your bolster, right foot steps forward. Sweep your arms up overhead for a low supported lunge. Look up or forward. One more full breath in. And on your exhale, gently float your hands down to the mat. Step both feet back to plank. And as you exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up for your supported up dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Exhale, both knees come down to the bolster or to the mat. And sit back on your heels here, stretching through the toes. You can sit up on your heels, or if that's too much pressure, keep your hands down on the mat. Take another full breath in. And on your exhale, walk your hands back forward. Make your way back to your downward facing dog. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, bring your right knee down to the bolster. Step your left foot forward once more. Finding a low lunge, reach your arms up overhead. And then exhale your palms together to your chest and then twist toward your left leg. Hook your elbow onto your knee. You can look up past your left shoulder or gaze straight ahead. Keep grounding down into the mat, looking up, reaching with your twist. And on your next inhale, gently unwind, reach your arms back up overhead. And then exhale, gently bring your hands to the mat, step both feet back to plank, and take your supported chaturanga flow. Lower down to the bolster, inhale up, and exhale to your downward facing dog. Bring your left knee down to the bolster, step your right foot forward, inhale up to find your lunge, arms overhead, and then exhale, palms together, twist over toward your right leg. Look forward or up past your right shoulder. Keep pressing into the ground. Keep lengthening through your spine. Take another in and out breath. And then gently unwind. Bring your hands to the mat. Step both feet back to plank. And take your Vinyasa flow. Lower down. Inhale to lift. And exhale to your down dog. Breathe in and out through your nose. Inhale, lift your heels, shift your knees forward and bring them down to your bolster for one more toe stretch here. Sit up and back on your heels, hands relax on your lap, or stay grounded on the mat. Another inhale, and then exhale, walk your hands forward, and lift your hips up and back to your down dog. Exhale, lower your knees down, this time around the bolster, and we'll set up for a supported yoga squat. So come back to sitting on your bolster as in the beginning, but this time plant your feet down on the ground, knees out wide, toes pointing in the direction of your knees. Bring your hands together and use your elbows to gently press your knees out wider. On your next inhale, reach your left hand down to the left side and your right arm up and over to the right for a gentle twist. Look up toward the ceiling as you inhale and exhale. On your next exhale, bring your hands together and we'll twist the other way. Right hand comes down and left hand reaches up for the ceiling. Take full breaths here. And on your exhale, palms come back together. When you're ready, bring your hands down to the mat, lift your hips up into a wide fold, and then make your way back to your downward facing dog. Rotate the bolster so it's once more parallel with the short edge of your mat. Step your right foot forward beyond the bolster and lower your left knee down onto the mat. Scoot your right foot over toward your left hand and tuck it underneath the bolster. Lift your torso and square your hips to the front of the mat, bringing your hands to the sides of your bolster. Lift through your chest, and then as you exhale, bring your hands down to the mat, settling into your pigeon pose. Rest on your hands or your forearms, or cross your elbows and rest your head on your arms. Breathe in and out through your nose here, softening everywhere that you can release tension with your exhales. On your next inhale, start to gently lift your upper body. Swing your back leg forward and plant your foot on the ground past your front knee. Twisting towards your bent left knee, bring your left fingertips down to the mat or to the bolster behind you. Hold your left knee gently with your right hand, or hug it into the crook of your elbow. Keep sitting up tall and maybe look past your shoulder to engage a little bit more of your twist. On your exhale, slowly look forward, unwind. Bring your left leg back behind you, tuck your toes, lift your left knee, plant your hands down, and come back to your downward facing dog. On your next exhale, we'll lower the right knee down to the ground, step your left foot forward, and then move your foot toward your right hand and tuck it underneath the bolster. Square your hips towards the front of the mat and bring your hands down to your sides. Inhale to lift through your chest, reach up toward the sky, and as you exhale, bring your hands down to the mat, settling in. Option to rest on your hands, more lifted, on your forearms, or you can cross your elbows and rest your head on top of your arms or onto the mat. Focus on extending the length of your inhales and your exhales, even imagining that you can breathe more space and more softness into that left side. On your next inhale, slowly start to lift your upper body. Bring your back leg forward and plant your foot on the ground past your front knee. Inhale to sit up tall, and then exhale to twist toward your bent right knee and bring your right fingertips either down to the mat behind you or to your bolster. And hold your right knee gently with your left hand, or hug it into the crook of your elbow. As you inhale to sit up tall, you can gaze forward, or exhale, deepen your twist and gaze gently past your right shoulder. When you're ready, exhale, look forward, uncross your legs, and scoot off of your bolster till you're sitting on the mat, positioning the bolster underneath your knees. Inhale to reach your arms up overhead, and then exhale will fold forward. You can hold on to your knees, your shins, your feet, whatever you can reach and feels comfortable for you. Allowing the bolster to support a gentle bend in your knees will take a little bit of pressure off your hamstrings and your low back. You can gaze forward past your toes or look down toward your knees. Find your steady, slow breath. And after your next exhale, slowly lift up. Scoot your bolster just a little bit closer to the end of your mat and come down to lying on your back. Step your feet up onto your bolster and let your arms relax alongside you. Cross your right leg over your left and then allow your knees to fall over to the left side for a twist. You can look up toward the ceiling or look over past your right shoulder. Check in with each exhale, noticing all the points of contact between your body and the ground, deepening into these as you start to relax. On your next inhale, first look up toward the ceiling, then bring your knees up through center, uncross. Then cross your left leg over the right and let your knees fall over to the right side. Arms stay out wide. You can look up to the ceiling or turn your chin toward your left shoulder. Just notice how your breath comes differently when in a twist, and maybe work to bring a more even pace to your breathing. Inhale, look up at the ceiling, bring your knees back through center, uncross them, and then step your feet off the bolster, extending your heels out to the corners of your mat, allowing your arms to come down alongside you. Let your palms relax wherever feels good, and find your final resting pose. Start to deepen through your breath. Begin to move through your fingers and toes. Nod your head gently from side to side as you wake back up. Begin to find bigger movements through the wrists and ankles. Maybe send your arms up overhead and take a full breath here for a full body stretch. Step your feet back to your bolster and then allow yourself to roll over to your favorite side. When you feel ready, gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Inhale, reach your arms back out wide and up overhead. Bring your palms together down to your third eye. May you always see your inner courage. Thumbs to lips. May you always speak your strengths. And thumbs to heart center. May you always hold joy in your heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.